Hang on one second, friends. Gotta put my shades on. I gotta look mysterious, okay? What up, friends? How are you doing? Okay, so, am I a weirdo? Okay, you're not gonna see me because, of course, I'm on the road, and I'm trying to pay attention to the road. But I like to talk because I get very anxious and I get I get anxiety when I'm on the road, and it's like this, there's a lot of people, a lot of cars, a lot of different personalities, a lot of different people's lives here, okay? So, but talking helps me work through my anxieties, okay? So, question, am I a weirdo? Am I a weirdo? Okay, hear me out. The reason I'm asking is because, so we're just chatting in the office, okay? And somebody was like, well, one of the drivers was done for the day, right? And was like, he was talking about him and his wife. They they went somewhere. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was in the conversation, but not in the conversation. And I'm like, he's like, oh yeah. He goes, you live by me, right? Because I always call him my neighbor. I always call him vecino or whatever. But he doesn't live next door to me or anything. They live like in Adams Hill. And I was trying to explain like where I lived, right? I was telling him how I wanted to move over there by where I work because I hate the traffic, the drive. It's just a bunch of anxiety for me, And so another driver comes in, and then we started trying to figure out where I live because they couldn't picture where I lived. So I was trying to tell them where it was, and I was going to tell them I wanted to rent my house. And it was like this whole conversation, right? So, because I was like, I don't think I'm going to sell it. I want to rent it. I don't know. We'll see. Well, then they're like, oh, who do you live with? Your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend? And I'm like, no, I live with myself. Oh, and then I said, and then I was using Speedway because Speedway is right by my house. Speedway. They're like, oh, okay, I know where that's at. They knew where it was, right? Because one of them might want to rent the house, right? And then I was like, oh, I used to live in Speedway. And they're like, oh, okay. You're like, they thought I meant I live in Speedway now. And I'm like, no, I used to live in Speedway. No, Speedway like bars, but not specifically Speedway, And so they're like, oh, okay. So you have a lot of boyfriends. And I'm like, no. I said, I don't even go out. How am I going to have all these boyfriends? I go, I don't have boyfriends. And then they're like, oh, friends with benefits? And I'm like, no. Oh, you just like to party then. And I'm like, okay, I guess because of the way I look, maybe I look like the type that goes out all the time, the type that, does a lot of stuff, outside the house. And I'm like, I have a little boy, and I'm always with him. We're always together. So it's rare that I ever go out, because I like to spend my time with him when I'm not here. I just go to work and go home. And he was looking at me like I was speaking Chinese, like he couldn't believe it. And I'm like, what is... I'm like, I am getting my shit together. I'm getting my shit together, okay? I can't, not right now because I'm trying, I'm trying to focus on the things that I need to work on before I get back into a relationship, right? And he's just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. And I'm like, look, I know I may look, I guess, a certain way, and maybe it's hard to believe that I just go home and work and that's it, but that's what I do, and that's what I like, If I'm a weirdo for that, okay, I'm a weirdo, but we need to normalize being weirdos then, because what do you want me to say? That I'm at the bars every day? Like what? What you want me to say? What do you want me to say? You want me to lie? To make you feel better? But you just look at me like I was crazy. Like, girl, your life's about to run out and you're just sitting at home doing nothing. Yes, I am aware of my age, sir. Anyways, so we need to normalize being a weirdo, okay? And that's it, and that's all. Bye.